Origin Gents, one usage reaction, and this is Miscellaneous Myths Krishna by the channel Overly Sarcastic Productions. Yeah, Overly Sarcastic Production. This is a great channel. I reacted to one video from this about Kali tries to kill everything. Now, before I go on, yes, I'm an Indian, yes, I'm a Hindu, but that does not mean I am expert at this, nowhere near. Obviously in TV shows and there are lots of stories about Krishna and all around it. Most people would know a thing or two about this in India, but I'm not expert at this. I haven't studied this extensively or something. So I don't want some Indian in the comments like you have no idea about anything, this is this and this is that or anything like that. I'm already saying there is something I might say that might be false, even though I highly doubt it. If I don't know, I'm probably not going to say anything. But yeah, so but even though I live around this culture, so I should know something about this. But yeah, so let's watch this one. Remember people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, check out the reaction. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast for the playlist, check out the end cards, and yeah, let's watch this one.
So you might have heard that Krishna is kind of a really big deal in Hinduism. Simultaneously the god of love and compassion, the 8th avatar of Vishnu, and the supreme god Svayam Bhagwan, he's got a lot going on. As with most things in Hinduism, aka the oldest still living religion in the world, Krishna has a lot of different interpretations and no single universally agreed upon canon. And even by the standards of Hinduism, Krishna is especially enigmatic with very
Yeah, Lord Krishna is really important god, obviously, but there are also important gods from the same god. I don't know how else to explain this, like Ram, Lord Ram, just like that, Lord Krishna. And there are other gods too that are really important, like main gods like Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. And Krishna is avatar. You could think of as the movie Avatar, where I guess that's somewhat similar. A human controls some other body. So Avatar, just like there's a god controls a body. It is that's a god on the planet or something like that. That's what Avatar means. So Krishna is Avatar of Vishnu, just like Ram is Avatar of Vishnu. People think that Lord Krishna is the main god, just because of the religion around Lord Krishna is too strong and is does more, I guess, publicity around the world than any other god's religion, I guess, in a way. But yeah, Krishna is one of the main gods, just like Ram. And Krishna and Ram is avatar of Vishnu, which is the three main power, Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma. And the mother of these three is I think Shakti is the main god or something. But yeah, there is something like that. So yeah,
unclear mythological origins. His name just means black or dark blue in Sanskrit, which is why he's typically represented with blue or black skin in the art. And while Krishna plays a major role in the Mahabharata is nearly 10 times as long as the Iliad and the Odyssey combined, and I honestly have no idea how I could possibly summarize it in any meaningful way without...
Dude, I watched the Mahabharata entire TV series when I was a kid. It used to run on TV and I used to watch it. It's extremely long and complex.
Making it a full-length movie, and plenty of those already exist, so
yeah, there
no,
you go.
We are not talking about the Mahabharata today. Instead, let's talk about some stories of Krishna's childhood, and a sampling of the shenanigans our favorite deity got up to before his big Bhagavad Gita break. As with most people, Krishna's story begins well before he's officially born, when two people who love each other very much decide to make a baby together. But in this case, there's a third party involved, Vishnu. See, Vishnu is the supreme deity of preservation, flanked by the...
Vishnu, Mahesh, Shiva. Mahesh means Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma. There's a three main gods. Mother of there is, like I said, Shakti. I think it's the mother of these three gods, which is even, I guess, more powerful than them. I guess that's the case.
Creator deity Brahma and the destroyer deity Shiva, and it's basically his job to preserve the cosmic order of things. When it looks like things are going out of whack, Vishnu incarnates as a Dashavatara to set things right. In this case, there are just too many gosh darn evil kings running around, and someone's gotta do something about it. One such evil king is a guy named Kansa, and he's got a sister Devaki who marries this other guy Vasudeva. But on their wedding day, a divine voice helpfully and loudly informs them that Devaki and Vasudeva's 8th son will end Kansa's rule and kill him. Kansa
This is awesome. Look at that. They were peacefully getting married and suddenly a voice screams from the sky, "That kid is gonna kick your ass." Look at that eyes.
loudly boldly informs them that Devaki and Vasudeva's 8th son will end Kamsa's rule and kill him. Kamsa responds to this prophecy with the characteristic level-headedness expected from an evil king by imprisoning Devaki and Vasudeva in the dungeons and killing each of their kids as soon as they're born. Things get a little weird starting with kid number 7. See, when he's first conceived, Vishnu intervenes and relocates his little fetus body from Devaki's womb to...
Okay, here's something I don't understand. I'm just realizing this now. If their kid is going to destroy the king, why put them in the same cell?
a safer location, Vasudeva's first wife, a lady named Rohini. The kid is thus born safely outside the dungeon and is named Balarama, and he also plays a role in the Mahabharata later on. Also, Balarama is either another avatar of Vishnu or an avatar of the Naga king Shesha, depending on who you ask. Forget about him for now, because it's Krishna time.
Nag is, I think, I guess, vehicle in a way of Vishnu, the main god. So, you know, it's kind of a, you know, I guess companion of Vishnu you could call, yeah.
Baby. So the 8th baby is born while Devaki's asleep, and Vasudeva wakes up and finds that the prison is magically open and the guards are all asleep. Guided by some helpful divine intervention, Vasudeva runs with the baby to the town of Gokul and swaps the baby Krishna for the newborn daughter of another couple, Yashoda and Nanda, so that Krishna will be safely out of Kansa's reach, but the king won't get suspicious about a missing baby. Vasudeva returns to the prison with the girl. When Kansa comes to kill the kid, the baby turns into the warrior goddess Durga, tells Kansa his destroyer's already been born, and he's basically
Kans, it's not Kansai, I think it's Kans. So he goes there, you know, picks up the baby. All right, let's kill a baby. Woof, there's a, that kind of image comes. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. I love that image. And there's those two behind.
boned and then vanishes. So Kansa starts freaking out, Devaki and Vasudeva chill in prison and wait for their absent kid to save them, and baby Krishna begins his childhood. So Krishna is an amazingly delightful baby, and everybody instantly loves him. They actually throw him a full-on party just for being so great. But not everyone's having a good time, as back in his castle of evil, Kansa's stressing over his prophesied destroyer. He knows he's out there somewhere, but he doesn't know where. So he decides to hedge his bets and conscripts the help of a monstrous demon called Putana to have her
Is that a mobile? Oh god, this is so good. Kansa like, oh hell no. Calls her and it's like, yo, I need you to kill somebody, okay? Who is it? It's a baby in a village. You want me to kill a baby? It's not just any baby, just do it already. Yeah, sure man, I got nothing else going on. Put down the phone and it's a Samsung apparently.
kill all the newborn children in his kingdom, anyone under 10 days old. Putana's always down for a little infanticide, so she gets to it. And of course, when she arrives in Gokul, all anyone's talking about is this amazing new baby everybody loves. So Putana transforms into a beautiful young woman to avoid suspicion and asks if she can see the baby, and then asks if maybe she could breastfeed the baby. A little weird, but okay, I guess. But Putana isn't just being a weirdo, she's actually poisoned her boobs. How dastardly. But baby Krishna doesn't die. Instead, Putana starts feeling kinda woozy, because as it turns out, Krishna's skipping the milk and going straight to drinking Putana's life force. Yet another reason why babies are terrifying. Putana freaks out and tries to shake him off, even reverting to her true form to try and scare him, but Krishna is determined to get a good meal in, and Putana full-on dies. So that's Krishna's first foray into using his phenomenal cosmic powers to eat stuff he probably shouldn't. Next up, dirt. What, you thought I was joking? So Balarama and the other kids are eating fruit off the trees, but Krishna is an itty-bitty toddler and can't reach the fruit, so instead of being left out, he starts eating mud. Balarama runs to tell Yashoda that Krishna's eating mud, and when she tells Krishna to open his mouth and show her, he reluctantly does. And instead of the expected small number of baby teeth and large amount of dirt, Yashoda sees the entire universe.
I thought it was the earth. Okay, it's the entire universe. It's like, okay, show me your mouth. What did you eat? You opens the mouth and it's the entire universe. All the black holes and all the, you know, interstellar space and radiation coming out. It's just, see what happens. See what happens when we eat dirt. This is why I tell you not to eat dirt.
I think that's when you close the toddler's mouth and walk away. So Krishna continues his adventures in eating things he's not supposed to, this time with the butter his mother is making. Krishna's way into butter, it's like a whole thing. So while he's waiting for her to finish churning it so he can figure out how to steal it, a fruit seller comes to the door selling mangoes, and Krishna's father Nanda gives her a full basket of grain in exchange for some of the fruit. Krishna thus learns the valuable capitalist lesson that grain can be exchanged for mangoes, and since he's super hungry already, Krishna decides to hold off on the butter because it's mango time. So he grabs 2 little baby fistfuls of grain and runs after the fruit seller, but as he offers her his grain in exchange for sweet mango mango-y goodness, he realizes his little baby hands are barely holding any grain. As he's fretting, the fruit seller sees his distress and just gives him an armload of mangoes anyway. Because, let's be real, when a toddler gives you a handful of something, you probably don't want to eat it anyway. Krishna is so grateful that the fruit seller's basket of grain suddenly transforms into a basket of gold and jewels. Turned out better than most.
Oh, poor kid. Isn't he cute? Here, take some mangoes. And suddenly grain changes into all this diamond and jewelry like, oh hell yes, I'm going to Vegas now.
Praise the toddlers. So while Krishna is getting up to his adorable food-based shenanigans, evil King Kansa is still fretting over his destined defeat and conscripts another demon to try and kill Krishna. This demon is Arishtashara, who heads to Gokul, turns into a huge bull, and starts tearing the place up in the hopes of luring out Krishna. And sure enough, Krishna hears the commotion and dips out of his cow-herding business to go deal with the little demon problem. So Krishna confronts the demon bull, throwing out a couple insults for flavor, and when the demon gets mad and charges, he catches him by the horns and throws him. They do this dance a couple more times until Krishna breaks off one of his horns and the demon is defeated. As the bull demon dies, it turns into a guy, who explains he was turned into a demon because he accidentally disrespected his guru, but now that Krishna's killed him, he's been released from the cycle of rebirth and has attained lasting peace. Yay! Kansa should try hiring bad guys that don't secretly want to die. So Kansa keeps sending demons to kill Krishna, and it keeps not working, and eventually he's at the end of his rope and decides if you want someone killed right, you kill him yourself. Or rather, you get him in a wrestling ring with two unbeatable wrestlers and have them kill him themselves. So Kansa arranges a great big wrestling festival thing and invites the now teenaged Krishna and Balarama to attend. Of course, this quickly becomes the Everybody Loves Krishna festival, like most events Krishna attends, so he's having a pretty good time in spite of the whole evil tyrant king situation. So this wrestler, Chanura, is a really big guy, and even though you're not supposed to kill your opponents in these wrestling matches, he's so big and strong that he often kills them anyway just by pinning them down. And on Kansa's orders, he goes to challenge Krishna so he can accidentally kill him too. But even though he keeps taunting Krishna, trying to goad him into the ring with him, Krishna's got that kind of supremely indestructible chill that comes from being the flawless living incarnation of a vast and powerful deity, and Chanura's not having any luck getting under his skin. Although when he insults Krishna's dad, Krishna takes it as a matter of greater honor and agrees to wrestle with him. Meanwhile, a second champion wrestler, Mushtika, tries to taunt Balarama into the ring, which works immediately because Balarama has no chill, and also he instantly breaks Mushtika's neck. Chanura barely has time to wonder if he possibly made a mistake before Krishna breaks his neck. What, you thought this would be hard? This is Krishna we're talking.
Like, dude, I'm Vishnu. I'm avatar of Vishnu. Come on, man.
So Kansa freaks out and draws his sword, but that obviously doesn't do him much good, and Krishna kills him too, thus fulfilling the whole prophecy dealio and officially fixing everything. Krishna then goes on to have a long and fulfilling life of making sure the right kings are on the right thrones, hanging out with the Pandava brothers, and duplicating himself so he can bang 16,000 princesses at the same time. Sit down, Aphrodite, there's a new love god in town, and he's got you beat on sheer numbers. I'm still standing better than I...
Best thing about this video was, it's just, faster, every time. Snaps his neck. This was so good, man. I can't help but imagine this is how it happened. Krishna just went there, fight me, and snap. That's it. Snap the neck and finish. Nothing, no stretching out, no nothing. It just finished in a few seconds. This was good, man. I love this setup, man. I'm going to react to more videos. Hercules. I'm going to react to that, I guess, next. Okay. Alright, people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, check out the reaction, there's a link in the description, check out the cast world playlist, check out the end cards, and comment down if you want me to react to any video or even from this channel, which video you want me to react to. And yeah, I'll see you next time.